welcome back to another brand new episode here on 1950's Farm. How are you all doing? I hope you're all having a fantastic day and not working too hard. And as I say, hopefully a good day. My day not going too bad. It's 11:15 in the morning. I've just literally been able to start recording. So I ran out of I ran out of memory. And got up this morning. Well, I got up this morning, and I thought, fantastic. I thought be able to, get another video recorded. So I'm sort of changing the way that I do it. This will be very briefly. This is not a chatty video or anything like that. So just very briefly, but so I'm changing the way that I'm sort of doing my recording and uploading, because what I tend to do is when I get my memory back on the computer, not me personally, when the computer gives me sort of back, anywhere from sort of 30 to 70 gig back, I then bulk record loads of episodes of all the series. So I usually record the week, and then over the weekend I just spend sort of like all of Saturday and Sunday uploading the videos, and then that should give me the memory back again in time for the week again. But I didn't realise this week that I'd not left myself enough memory. So what's happened is I've got to this morning, and sort of I always go into my where this PC, double click, and then it shows you what each of my hard drives of sort of memories got left, and it said 4 gig. Well, I know 4 gig isn't enough to be able to make a video, so it's like, okay, fair enough. So I need to put a video up and get a video uploaded. So I've uploaded a video, and now it's given me enough memory to either do another video and upload it, or to record this video. Now I've chosen to record this video mainly because this will go out a week Thursday, so a week today, and what I'm going to do is to try and make it a little bit better, and to try and make it so that I just constantly have memory all the time, is record a video, upload a video, record the video in the morning, upload the video in the afternoon, record the video in the morning, upload the video in the afternoon, and this way it keeps recycling my memory, so that I've always got enough. I'm sort of, as you know, desperately saving for a new PC, but again, everyone will know I don't work, so therefore I don't get a great deal of money to live on, and obviously I have bills, and pay my mum rent, and whatever, and car, and all the normal usual things that everybody has. But it means that I can't save as much, because unlike when I was at work, I can't just say to the boss man, I'll work till 10 tonight, and knowing full well that later, sort of in the next, so not that week's pay, but in the next week's pay, my money would be boosted a bit, and I'd have a bit extra, and if I did that for like a month or whatever, obviously I get a little bit more. So I can't do that, unfortunately. So I get sort of 2 paydays a month, where I don't get very much, and trying to save, as well as I say, trying to also pay the bills. And this month, the car needs MOT, and it needs repairs, because it's got a few things that are wrong with it. The car's now 15 years old. I mean, I've had it 12 years, something like that. So there's just 1 or 2 little things now that are starting to sort of go, so I sort of need to do that. So I am saving. I'm probably sort of halfway really there, I guess. I'm certainly hoping by the time autumn hits that I should be pretty close to having saved for my computer, or maybe be lucky and I've won the lottery by then. No, but on a serious note, but maybe if I'm lucky and a fair wind comes my way, I might have the money a little bit before. But and the other reason why I'm sort of changing the way that I'm uploading videos and recording videos is because I'm literally spending all day every day just doing videos for YouTube. Whether it's recording 2, 3, 4 videos a day, and then sort of letting them sort of stack up. And it's getting to the point where I'm sort of, people are asking me, oh, do you want to do this? Well, no, I can't, I've got videos to do. And I sort of woke up the other day and I thought, I've got that wrong. This is a hobby. I don't get paid for this. And don't get me wrong, I don't really necessarily want to be paid for doing this. I enjoy doing it and what have you, but I thought it's not a job. I do this as a bit of fun. It's a hobby. It's something to do in the day when I haven't got nothing else to do. And I thought, what I need to do is get back to living life and just doing this as a sort of side thing. So I've no problem with the recording an episode in the morning and then uploading in the afternoon. But the difference is now, if something does come along, either morning or afternoon, I'm off doing it. And I'm not going to be quite so regimented in, no, I've got to do X, Y, and Z today in terms of videos for YouTube, and then if there's a few hours left in the day, I might then sort of do something else, which is, I don't think it's helping, and it does mean that my health is suffering a little bit because I'm not getting the exercise that I need to get every day. So I'm on a lot of drugs that keeps my heart very slow, and if I don't do something that then raises the heart rate up to about sort of 50 beats per minute, because it normally, for me, we've kind of got it running at about sort of 20-25, which hence the reason why I have to sit down a lot, because I am prone to falling, and especially if I get up too quick, and the blood pressure sort of is not there to support when I get up, and then I sort of fall down. So I'm not getting the exercise to raise the heart rate. We're aiming to sort of get it up to about 50 beats per minute. Sort of 60 is okay, 70 we're getting a little bit too high. But I'm sort of not doing that side of things, and I've sort of again noticed that sort of recently I've been falling a lot, and feeling very lightheaded, very dizzy, very faint, and I think that's the reason why. So I'd sort of need to, if I don't look after myself, I won't be recording videos, because I won't be around. So it's sort of thinking, right, I want to do it. Yeah, I'm really into it, and I am. I love this series. Love all, basically love all the series. As I said before, I've got ADHD. If I don't like something, I ain't sitting there. I'm off. And having ADHD with sort of kind of a heart condition is quite difficult, because I want to be moving all the time, and and it's very hard, and you have to be very disciplined in sort of, no, today not so good, need to sit still. So it's a bit of a difficult, but yeah. So as I say, I'm recording a bit later today because I've had to get a video uploaded and then delete the videos that are part of that episode, which was four separate videos that go to that particular episode, and then once I'd got it uploaded, delete them, and then that frees up a little bit of memory for me to be able to record again. But so I'm hoping to get today's recorded, and then as I say, then do some more uploading. So I've uploaded one already today, and the plan is to upload a second one, and that'll clear another one off the computer, and again will free up a little bit more memory. And as I say, I eventually want to get it so that that wasn't very good, was it? So that I'm recording and uploading each day, and that way, as I say, there should always be plenty of memory in store if I want to do something else. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. But anyway, today, as you can see, we're baling this field still. We're going to get it, hopefully we're going to get it finished in this episode. We'll certainly get very close to having it finished. And as I say, we're doing this for a new business that's starting up in the area. I told you in the last episode that there was a horse I don't know whether you call it a ranch or whatever, but there was a a horse breed. That's not easy to say. A horse breeder. Not a million miles from our farm, but quite a long way from our farm. And they're now going into cattle, beef cattle, and they're wanting straw. They're wanting hay. And they're going to need silage and different things. So so their intentions are that they just look after the animals, and then they insource all of the stuff, or outsource, I guess, all of the stuff that they need, like the straw, like the hay, like the silage eventually. For now, they're just looking for straw, because the farm that's been providing them with their straw for their horses and the hay for their horses in conventional bales has sort of no longer want to do it. I think from reading between the lines, I think it was a case of their quality on their bales was beginning to fail and fall, and the horse sort of breeders ranch, whatever you want to call it, have sort of decided that they're going to go elsewhere to get their product that they want. And as I say, I've been in talks with them. I said in the last episode as well, I'm thinking about maybe, and this didn't happen in real life, but maybe joining the dairy and Harry's farm together, and then we'll be able to to be more efficient in achieving what we want to achieve, not only for ourselves but also as well, if we can sort of get sort of a contract where we're providing someone else with the things they need and they're paying us for that, then I think that's also going to be very worthwhile for the business. As I've said before, it's a fine line that I've kind of got to tread, because by 1954 Harry wasn't working for the dairy no more. Harry was out on his own, contracting and this, that and everything else, and farming his few fields that he had, and then also bringing in a couple of extra new fields as well, which we did last year. I've said before that I would like the fields opposite side of the road to Harry's farm. I would like those fields around there, because we spend 99% of our time on the dairy and not on Harry's farm. So the way I've sort of done it is because there's more to do around the dairy. I sort of follow that kind of farm more, if you like, because there's more to do. The variety of jobs is a lot better, and this is what I'm sort of looking, because so I watch this series, and I watch it, over and over and over. Am I losing what I originally wanted to do? Am I keeping to, what I was hoping? And in the last few weeks, or a few months probably, I realised that I wasn't doing very much of the history, and I thought, well, actually, that was something I wanted to be a part of. And so then I introduced we did a few episodes a few weeks ago where we did some, the history of this, that and everything else, and so I sort of did that. And the one thing I've noticed is that we're doing the same jobs year in, year out. Now that's fine, because that's what you do in a farm. However, for content purposes, that's perhaps not ideal. So while the actual types of jobs that I do can't really change that much, because then it would mean going into forestry or whatever, and excuse me, the equipment back in the day wasn't really geared up for large scale forestry. Yes, that there were saws and but most of it, I think, even still in the 1950s, was sort of hand saws and for logging, or as I like to call them, the two-way saws. So I went to the Royal Norfolk, as last year, and it was a bit of a nightmare, because I went with my ex and her daughter, and it wasn't a great day. To be fair, I've regretted it ever since we did it, because basically we pretty much did everything they wanted to do. They spent most of the day arguing, which was just like, I was thinking, Jesus, now I remember what I got out of this. Spent most of the day arguing, and anyway, at one point I'd sort of kind of had enough, and I sort of, they were walking ahead and they were sort of bickering away, and I sort of just, very blended into the background and just sort of, disappeared off, and went to see, cause where the Royal Norfolk is set, there is like a big wooded area, and each time that I've ever been, there's always been sort of lumberjacks and wood carvers and stuff like that there, and they do sort of a couple of trees, sort of every year, and I'd sort of pre-looked at the program, and the reason why I wanted to go on the Wednesday was because that was the day that they were cutting down their wood with the old, what I used to call a two-way saw. So you have one man on one end and another man on the other end, and they basically just sort of pass the saw to and from. It's a bit like the Chuckle Brothers, to me, to you, to me, to you. And, and I love watching it, because they're sort of quite big trees and they've got them all roped up, and and they do it how they would have done it, sort of, in the sort of 40s, 50s, 60s, and that whole sort of area of the show is dedicated more to the older way of doing things. So they have like older tractors, and they have the older threshing machines and different things like that. And it's really good and really interesting, and I really like it, and so I went there and I went to see that, and I say this year I'm going again. I'm going by myself. That's the first thing. So this year I'll be going again, and what I'm going to do is I might do the 2 days, so it's going to cost it's a little bit more money, but I might do the 2 days. On the first day I might walk round myself and just plan it all and sort of figure out what I want to put in a video, and then on day 2 I will then do the video from the show, and I'll be a bit more clued up because I'll know what to expect and what's coming, and also as well it will give me a chance to kind of sort of plan the video, and so we're going to look at this, we're going to go and do that, we're going to have a look here, and we're going to, and it will just help, so probably we'll do the 2 days this year, and plus as well it's a nice day out anyway, especially if it's if the weather's nice, which last year when we went it was bloody hot. I don't do heat, it was very hot, and as I say with them two as well, I was like, it's too hot for this. It's like, why can't we just chill out, because originally it was just going to be like me and my ex that was going to go for the day, and then we were sort of going to get back in time for our daughter coming home from school, and then things didn't work out sort of on that front, and then the next thing is, oh, can you buy her a ticket too? And it's like, yeah, no problem, and which it wasn't, but as I say, and then we had the day that we had, and I was just, oh, I ain't doing this again. I just, and then sort of afterwards we went for, we went for a meal, and then it's kind of okay, and then in the car it was kind of again, by then we'd sort of decided that we were going to go back to her house, we're going to pick up the dog and then take it to Great Yarmouth and walking along the beach. And at that point I tapped out. I said, no, I'm going to go if you don't mind. I said, I'm getting tired, and I'm sort of like, I said, I've had enough for the day, I'm getting tired and I want to go. And she was like, oh, stay the night. I was like, no, honestly, I'm going to go home. I was just like, no, I can't do another bloody hour. And so that's what I did. I went home and then hit a deer. So yeah, it was that trip when I hit the deer, which thankfully didn't do all that much damage, apart from it knocked the pump to the window washer. Obviously the pump has the wires go from the pump onto the tank so that it can blow the water up over the windscreen and the back window and everything. I think that's kind of how it works. I'm not very mechanically minded, but basically what it did was it knocked the tubes off from the pump to the bottle, so every time I filled it up with water it would just literally run out of the two holes where the two pipes go, and you know, and I thought what I'd done was the deer had hit it and split it, but it hadn't. So literally, I think all told, deer damage came to about, I don't know, about £30, because it was like next to nothing to put the pipes on, and then they charged me, it's like sort of £28 or whatever for the labour. It's like, Jesus, if I'd have known that, I could have put them on myself. But I thought I'd split it, and you know, a lot of people said, "Oh, just change it yourself. It's really easy to do." And I was like, "Yeah, I've got to take all the front off and all of that business to get to it." I thought, "Nah, I'll leave it." But yeah, anyway, I've gone on for far too long. So as you can see today, we are going to be doing the straw for the business that's coming up, and the reason why we're going to sort of maybe merge the two farms together, and then provide the sort of horses and the beef stock with the hay and the straw and the silage. So for the beef stock, they want round bales. For the horses, they want conventional bales. And as I say, it just helps us, because yeah, we'll still be doing sort of roughly the same work, but there'll be work to do down there. So they're actually moving. They're moving to a bigger area because they want the cattle as well now. And the area that they've chosen is quite wooded at the moment. So there'll be a lot of sort of winter time. There'll be a lot of you know, tree clearing and stuff like that. You know, they've got the house to build and the grounds to put in now. Although you know, we're not building the house. That'll be done by, you know, obviously builders and you know, construction companies, but you know, the grounds work and sort of the land work, you know, we are going to be doing. They'll also, I think I'm right in saying, it's been a few weeks since I've spoken to them, but I think I'm right in saying they've also got one field that they will want someone to come in and contract farm, which again we can do because we've got the equipment. So yeah, I think, as I say, you know, I'm trying to keep it sort of as close to real life as I can, but I do need to sort of sometimes diversify off and do other things, you know, just to try and keep it interesting, and just to try and keep it so that, you know, we get to go to different areas of the map. Because the thing is, I think in, you know, certainly in the 1940s and 50s, well, the 50s probably more because there was a war on for most of the 40s. Certainly for half of the 1945. So, you know, for half of the 40s there was a war on, so you weren't planning on your holidays. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I think for the 50s, I think, you know, life was contained within a fairly small, you know, sort of area. I mean, you know, as I said to you in the chatty video last episode yesterday, you know, I used to talk to my nan about the war years, and she used to say that, you know, for them, you know, sort of, she had like, by the late 50s they were starting to do sort of bus holidays. But you know, they wouldn't go like as far as what they go now. You know, they might go to, you know, sort of Skegness, or they might go to, you know, a little bit further afield, but you know, they wouldn't sort of go a long way away. By the 60s, you know, you were able to then suddenly go on bus holidays to, you know, sort of, you know, Scotland and Great Yarmouth and, you know, sort of Wales and places like that. And by the 70s and 80s, you know, like people were going by rail because the rail was really, you know, like, but in the sort of 50s and the 60s, it was more buses. And then by the 70s, 80s, you know, people were sort of either doing buses or rail to the places. And then Dr. Beachman came along, killed all the rail, killed all the rail in, you know, sort of rail system in this country, and you know, went back to buses again. And then like, you know, by sort of mid-90s, you know, like everyone had cars, everyone was able to go wherever they wanted. But like me and your granddad, we carried on with the bus holidays because granddad didn't have to drive. You know, you got to see nice things. You go out every day, you know, on the bus and what have you. And like, that was what we liked, but it wouldn't be for me. I would much rather have my car and come and go as I please. You know, but as I say, that's the way it was back then. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch over now to a little bit of time lapse, and then I'll see you at the end of the video when hopefully we will get this this field virtually finished, and that will be the round bales. The soybeans are going to be what provides us with the straw conventional bales, so we'll be doing the conventional bales in the soybeans field, and it won't be the big one to my left. It will be Harry's soybean fields, where we will be doing the straw. So you know, lots to sort of look forward to, because we'll be using a little bit of new equipment with the conventional baler and obviously the flatbed. So yeah, say lots to look forward to in terms of that. But as I say, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye for now. So I'm back. Alright, we very nearly got the straw baled in this field now. I think by the time we finish, there's going to be well over 200 bales in this field, so we've certainly got some clearing up to do. Which with the little trailer that I've got is it's going to be fun, you know, but I'm sure we'll manage it. But yeah, it's gone fairly well in this field. As I say, we've got it baled, which is what I wanted to do. We've got one more shed, bale shed, that we can actually store the bales in, and then from there we can then, if we do get the contract with the horse and the cattle ranch, then we will be able to supply them with the straw they need for both the cattle and the horses, and then as I say, with the hay as well. And again, one field will be round bales for the cows, and the other field will be conventional square bales, and again that will be for the horses. And hopefully, as I say, we can get a sort of long running partnership with them going, and we can get it so that all of our hay cutting is for a good reason, whether it be looking after our animals on the dairy, so the cows, and then Harry's bullocks as well, beef cattle, or beef stock I think they call it, don't they? And not only that, but all the surplus and excess that we've got, we can obviously sell to the ranch, and we'll call it a ranch just because it's easier for me rather than keep saying horses and cattle, so we'll call it a ranch. But yeah, all told, I think it's going to be a nice thing. Like I say, we're gonna still, the work's sort of the same, but it'll take us to a different part of the map, and they'll have a field, maybe 2 fields, and we'll go farm that for them as well. So we'll be a tenant farmer, which to be fair actually was around in the 1950s. I was not so sure it would be, but I was speaking the other day with Ray, and he had one of his sort of friends there, and I was talking to both of them about it, and the chap that was with Ray, he was saying that in the 50s, 60s and 70s, that's what he did. He had a small holding, but he tenant farmed for a couple of other people that also had small holdings. So he said, essentially, he said, I had 3 small holdings, but he said I tenant farm for them, and he said it brought in enough money for him not to have a second job. So it was sort of well worth it. And as well, so the farm that we're going to on June 25th, that is pretty much their business. Their sort of farming business. Yes, they've got their own land, which is only, I think it's like 2,000-3,000 acres, but the other 9,000 acres is all tenant farmed. So it's land they farm on behalf of someone else, and that's how they sort of make their money. And yesterday's video as well, James was showing us all around the offices and stuff like that, and all the other developments that they've done, and they've built their own out of town sort of shopping centre, if you like, where you can get all fresh farm made food, buy your fruit and veg direct from, it's supplied directly by the farm, and it looks a very good business, and very well run. And I'm very much looking forward to, on June 25th, going over there and showing you all, if they allow me to film the day, because it's an all-day thing. It starts at, I think, 8:30 in the morning, and it runs till 5, and as I say, they're supplying for anyone who's bought a ticket, that they're now calling an all-day ticket, because that many people tried to go that they had to the cut-off point was 1,500. They never expected to sell the 1,500 tickets. They thought they'd made it sort of too high, because they, sort of thought, but that was the limit that they could take, and because 1,500 people, including myself, apparently I was ticket purchase number 3 according to my ticket. So you had to buy a ticket, and it was £20, and for that you get obviously the tour of the whole farm. You get talks from not only James about where the business started from, where it, all of that sort of good stuff, and then you get Horsch. They're going there and they're giving a talk, doing some demonstrations, and other Amazon and other farming brands. Claas and Fendt, I think, is the other 2. So yeah. Anyway, that's got that done. Just quickly, I wanted to just look. 201 bales in the end, so we did very, very well off that field. And as I say, some will come here, but we don't need many here, to be fair. We have got a shed that's pretty full, which is that one around there. Just very quickly, that's the conventional baler setup. It was an international baler that they had, but I couldn't find well, I did find an international conventional baler, but it was full of errors. That one was off the mod hub, and it's not, obviously, and so therefore I don't mind using mods if they've got a few errors in them, but that was like literally littered with errors. But that's our straw barn, and as you can see, that is totally full. It says we've got 4 square bales. We don't. They're not in there. If you go through the shed, which you can't do, but there's no square bales in there. I don't know why it says that. It also says that in this one as well, that we have square hay bales. I can assure you we don't, because before now I've never had a square baler, so I don't really know where that comes from with that. But as I say, that's going to need stocking up with hay when we come to do it in probably August, maybe September, probably August, because we can try and get another cut in then. But yeah, we'll do, as I say, we'll do a round bale hay field, and then the other field that's out there, we'll do that one conventional bales, and that'll be again for, because I don't know how many we need for this shed. We can get quite a few in there, so one field should do it. And then as I say, the other one, this field over here, will be the conventional bales, or I might even, it doesn't matter which way around I do it, but it says it's ready to harvest now, but there's another growth stage in that yet. So next month, probably August, we'll do that. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Say it every time, but I do mean it. And if you haven't done already, please let me know in the comments, what your thoughts are for the save, whether you like the save, any ideas that you've got for the save. Like I say, we're sort of just starting to, maybe I'm going to sort of just branch it out a little bit so we can do other stuff. Is there any other things you'd like to see? Maybe we have to supply something to maybe a pig farm or something, like a corn or something like that. Just something so that we can sort of mix up the jobs and the fields and the work a little bit. So if you like the ideas of anything like that, let me know, and I'll see you in the next episode. So thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.